Those charged with violation of RE 9165 are the following, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Willie Ong, Edie Yang, Jack Tay Yang, Elaine Chua.
Because I'm really concerned, Mr. Chair, not only that they could transfer it, but the sheer number of titles involved in these particular cases, Mr. Chair, is very concerning, very serious one.
It may not lie, sir, because what an adverse claim really does is that there is a natural person who is questioning the ownership over the property.
Well, the question on ownership is the fact that we're questioning his citizenship, how he acquired it. And we're claiming that he acquired it illegally. And
Those charged with violation of RE 9165 are the following, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Willie Ong, Edie Yang, Jack Tay Yang, Elaine Chua, Michelle Santos C, Sam Go Young, Albert Valdez C, Wenli Shi, and there are 6 other personalities with aliases, Mr. Chair. An alias Ben, alias Eric, alias Bao, alias Mr. Wang, alias Kenneth, and an alias Jasper. The complete names of which we required the National Bureau of Investigation to provide us, as well as their respective addresses in the event that subpoenas will be issued to them in the conduct of the preliminary investigation. For the falsification of public documents and use of falsified documents, the following were charged, Mr. Chair. Mr. Willie Ong, Elaine Chua, Edie Yang, Jack Tay Yang, Sam Go Young, and Albert Valdez C. And for violation of the passport law, Mr. Willie Ong and Edie Yang have been charged, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Attorney Padulyon. Now at least we know that there are cases that were filed already, and all other agencies involved must also do their homework. So with that case, may we now ask the Anti-Money Laundering Council if any actions will be taken on the corporations or in the names that was mentioned as respondents to this case.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We'd like to inform the committee, sir, that since this investigation started, the AMLAC has already started also its financial investigation. And we will come up with our investigation report with the necessary recommendations, Mr. Chair.
So meron na tayong freezing na ginawa.
Not yet, sir, because as you may recall, Mr. Chair, during the last hearing, we said that we have yet to get a copy or be informed of the filing of predicate offense, which is the violation of RA 9165. And that's what we are waiting, Mr. Chair.
Okay, that's good. So there's now a predicate crime which will give legal basis on the freezing of the accounts.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, hindi kaya naka ano na yung mga yan. Anyway, you're monitor. We don't want to discuss
Mr. Chair,
details of that. Yes, Congressman Flores.
in relation to that, Mr. Chair, I'm also worried about the titles that are in their names, Mr. Chair. There's a list submitted to us that there are like 291 land titles in the names of the persons who were mentioned earlier, Mr. Chair. And I'm worried that this could be sold or transferred to other people while AMLAC is still doing their job, Mr. Chair. And I'm wondering what can be done to preserve these assets and these properties, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, okay, maybe we can ask the LRA. No, is LRA, what actions have you taken?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Currently, the LRA is monitoring these titles to see if any transactions are being made over them. We will, of course, keep this committee apprised of whatever happens. In the meantime, also, we are waiting for cases to be filed so that we can have the titles diverted to the government via SG proceedings.
Okay, so SG. Yes. Congressman Ako.
May I ask LRA?
Yes, Your Honor.
Supposing before the cases are filed, there will be transfer of ownership of this property. Do we have any records?
At present, Your Honor, we cannot do that because it would violate a person's right to property.
Mr. Chair,
Please, go
other
ahead.
than SG proceedings, what can the government do to at least forewarn possible buyers that these properties are subject of an investigation and that as much as possible they should stay away from these properties? Like, would the lease pendants be a course of action, LRA?
Yes, Your Honor, notice of list pendants would be proper to apprise the public that there are proceedings over the particular parcels. of
Even
land.
if the cases does not necessarily have anything to do with the properties?
That is-
Example, drugs or something like that.
It
Or
should-
falsification of these documents that led them to have Philippine citizenships.
Sir, Your Honor, I'm afraid that it has to go into the very ownership or legal possession over
That's
the property.
precisely my concern, LRA, no? Kasi it's 291 titles, di ba? And I don't want that to be just like gone after people start knowing that we're really digging into this. Di ba? I'm asking you, or any of the government agencies present here, what can be done to preserve these properties?
We can, Your Honor, we can have a freeze order implemented if the AMLAC will file with the court a request for a freeze order.
AMLAC, what can we do, AMLAC?
In any money laundering investigation, Mr. Chair, that is one of the possible legal action that the MLC can do. But again, Mr. Chair, as I mentioned in the previous hearing, it must be proven that there is a reasonable ground that these properties are in any way related to the unlawful activity.
Well, if you're questioning their citizenship, wouldn't you in effect be questioning their ownership of the property since they are not Filipino citizens?
Mr. Chair, we cannot use as basis the citizenship of a person for the freezing.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Can a non-Filipino citizen own property in the Philippines?
They cannot own, Mr. Chair, because that's in our constitution.
Yeah, but they have titles right now, and you're questioning some of the cases that have been filed according to the DOJ, questioning their acquisition of Philippine citizenship.
I understand that, Mr. Chair, but if the AMLAC will use as a basis for freezing of property, their ownership being foreign nationals will be going beyond our mandate, Mr. Chair. Because the mandate of the MLC would be the freezing in relation to the unlawful activity.
Okay, then who would be the proper agency to at least man lang annotate or something? Na may something questionable as far as the acquisition of these properties are concerned. Who is the proper agency? None?
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, sir.
we would propound that the OSG is the proper party to do this. If they file a case assailing the citizenship of the owner.
DOJ, would you confirm?
I confirm that, Your Honor.
So can OSG, Motopropio, like file lease pendants claims against these properties while the complaints have been filed?
Well, I believe, Your Honor, please, that first there has to be, as mentioned by our colleague from the AMLC, the existence of the predicate crime has to be established first. And once a case is already filed in court by the Department of Justice, if the informations have already been filed, then I think it would be an appropriate basis for the filing of annotation for lease pendants.
So filing in court pa,
Yes.
not the mere filing of the complaint?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so there's nothing that can be done right now legally?
If I may,
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I believe that the most that we can do for now is to monitor any transactions that may involve the properties concerned, no? Just to advise future buyers who may be interested in the properties to take a second look,
Mm.
because these cases are now subject of a committee hearing.
Yeah.
But other than that, Your Honor, please, I think it would be a violation of due process as well if we already seize or
Without seizing it?
yes, without maybe not seizing it, Your Honor, but to make any annotation just yet in the titles.
Because I'm really concerned, Mr. Chair, not only that they could transfer it, but the sheer number of titles involved in these particular cases, Mr. Chair, very concerning, very serious po.
No, based on the latest records, it's not 290, it's 320 titles,
It's even
non-titles.
more. Huh?
I don't know, is there a way that, anyway, a case has already been filed, no? If, assuming, I'm just, this is an innocent, assuming Mr. Willie Ong, I sold his property to Juan de la Cruz. The fact that Willie Ong acquired the property through fraudulent means and then sold it to Juan de la Cruz, doesn't that make it fraudulent too? Meaning walang effect or void or not valid?
Your Honor, there is a Supreme Court decision that where a foreigner sells property to a Filipino citizen, the defect there is now cured because there is no longer a constitutional prohibition on this person who purchased the property.
Kasi,
Well, Mr. Chair,
please go ahead.
LRA, how about an adverse claim on the part of the government?
Your Honor, it may not lie, sir, because what an adverse claim really does is that there is a natural person who is questioning the ownership over the property.
Well, the question on ownership is the fact that we're questioning his citizenship, how he acquired it. And we're claiming that he acquired it illegally. And since he is incapable or his acquired citizenship is illegally, then he cannot own or possess real property. Wouldn't that be correct?
It has to be noted, Your Honor, that an adverse claim must be made by someone who claims ownership as
Well,
well.
the Philippine government would claim ownership.
That would be premature.
It would be premature.
What we would want the state to do would be to file escheat proceedings so that the properties can revert back to the state.
But the escheat proceedings would be based on what?
The fact that the properties are owned by someone who is disqualified from owning such property.
But the disqualification is still being questioned. We're still actually filing a case nga that he obtained his citizenship illegally.
We will have to await the filing of escheat proceedings so we can have an annotation of
So,
this
LRA,
pendant.
you're saying that as of now, we can't do anything to stop the transfer of this property.
I'm afraid so, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chairman, baka meron pang pag-asa.
Okay, Congressman Fernandez.